Hello, welcome to Mother Pickers. We're
Hello.
here to do another sales recap. It's going to be for, I think, a few weeks or maybe just a couple,
Just a couple, I
just a
think.
couple weeks. And we just, yet again, just picked out a few of our favorites, the ones that are kind of more fun for us and things that are really good to look out for.
Yeah.
If you can find them.
And we're honoring the first day of Wyoming State Wrestling Championships.
Yep.
And so we got our...
Yesterday we sent my daughter off, and today was her first day at state wrestling.
Yeah. So we got our green, orange, and white, which is the school color.
Yep.
And we got our shirts. We're representing.
Represent. All right, Mama. Do you want to start us off?
I sure do.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wonderful. You don't even have the page open?
Sugar. All right. My first item was a Savannah Jane embroidered top, 1X. It was kind of a boho style, sleeveless. And I think it was probably about $3 and it sold for $24.
Woohoo! Okay. I have, it's a set of two. They were DBO home mugs, and I'd never heard of them before, but they had a really cool kind of handmade geometric appearance. And probably paid $1 to $2 a piece for those. I think it was $1, and they sold for $34.
And my next item was a Pendleton sport coat. It sold for $40, and I'm sure I probably bought it for $5. I can't remember what the fabric was for sure, but it had the leather patch arms on it, which is popular. And Pendleton.
And Pendleton.
Yeah.
You're like a broken record.
I know.
Kidding. That would be Filson.
Yeah.
The next thing I have, it was a Corningware Visions Dutch oven. It was amber glass. And I think it was probably $3 to $4. We got that in Utah at the Deseret Industries, and it sold for $40.
Yeah. I got one of those just exactly like that for a wedding present.
Oh,
45 years ago.
It was really pretty, actually. 45 years ago. They just had their anniversary.
Yeah. All right. My next thing is a camo trucker cap, mossy oak. And it went for $19, and it probably was $2 or $3. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not on my list here, but I did finally sell that Bubba Gump hat.
Yeah.
Bubba Gump Fishing Company for Forrest Gump hat.
And it went pretty good.
I don't remember how much. It was like 13 or something.
Yeah.
But, that's a good way to sneak in another item.
Sure, might as well.
Might as well be my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn.
No, I'm saying that might as well have been my turn. I just
do it again.
A whole other one. Do another one?
Sure.
Oh, that's really good. I snuck another one in there. The next one I have, I think might have come from Utah as well, but I don't remember for sure. It was an antique Carl Tealsh reticulated plate. It was really pretty, hand painted. It was some sort of a landscape, I think. I think I got that for, I think it was around $3. It was, in just one of the regular China aisles at the Deseret, and it sold for $25.49.
My next thing was an atlas of breed-related canine ocular disorders, which is a book. And it was out of the free bin, and it went for $55.
Oh,
my favorite.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
My next item was a vintage Japanese teapot with, it had a wooden cart and floral pattern on it. It was one of the side pour teapots. With the handle out the side instead of the top. And I don't remember how much it was. Probably not more than a couple dollars, but it sold for $25.
Sounds cute. I can't picture it right at the moment, but
you'll know it when you see it.
Unusual is. And next I had a vintage white unicorn by Freeman for George Good. And it was so pretty.
Was it the one that was sitting in here? The little baby?
Well, there's a little baby, but this was a bigger one with it. And it went for $39.99. And it was probably $3 to $5. Can't remember. So very good.
My next one was a vintage. It was a brass enamel plate with a bird design on it, and it just came from our thrift store over here. It was just in the kind of dish area. I don't know how much the plates are by themselves. Anyways, do you about how much are the plates over there usually? Do you think
I think they're $2 or $3.
$2 or $3?
If it wasn't in the
yeah, it was.
yeah.
It was in the regular stuff. I think they just hadn't gotten to it yet.
Mhm.
But it sold for $29.74. And that I think was on an offer, but I thought that's pretty good, especially
Mhm.
considering, yeah, probably about $2 or $3 is what we paid for it. But it was beautiful.
And next I have a vintage bird dogs frame print tray or print. A hunting spaniels. It was a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was $45. And I think I offered $45 for it. I think it was probably $55 originally. And I $5 to $8. I'm not sure. But close enough.
Yeah. My next one was something we picked up on one of our recent wrestling trips to Casper. And it was a Handlin St. Louis brass cup. It was
Oh yeah,
I'm fairly sure antique railroad cup.
little innocent cup just sitting there.
I just knew looking at it, and it looked like a tin cup, but I'm all brass colored and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was $1.99, and it sold for $30.
It's one of those things that can just sit there and be overlooked.
Yeah,
by the people pricing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. My next thing is a Vintage Walls Blizzard Proof Vest. It was $39, and I probably paid $5 for it.
My next one, it was a set of 4 forestry textbooks. They were vintage. I think they were printed in the 70s. They sold for $28 for the set of 4, and I got those for free.
We like free.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a Clash of Kings audiobook, and it probably was $2 or so, and it sold for $29.99.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
My next one was one of the things that was hard for me to list and get rid of. It was a emerald glass condiment jar, vintage, of course. And it had a little clear glass spoon, clear lid. And it sold for $35. I don't know how much that one was. It was just a little tiny thing. I don't.
I think it was around $3.
Yeah.
$3 to $5. Yeah, it
Anywhere
was
in
super
there,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah, that was in the special cabinet.
Yeah, it was in the special cabinet. That's right. But I think it was still pretty economically priced. Like I said, they're pretty fair.
Yeah. My next thing is a men's Carhartt jacket, brown. It was a small one, and $79.99, and it was between probably $6 to $10 for it.
I lost my spot. My next one came from the front of our thrift store too for $20. It was a vintage set of Blue Willow. It was a child's tea set. That was really cool. Cute. It came with like a gravy boat and a serving bowl and
lots of fun
all sorts of stuff you don't always see with the tea sets. So yeah, it was $20, and it sold for $68, which it was listed, I think, a little bit higher than that, maybe even $20 or so higher than that, but that was still a really good. Mm-hmm. And the person seemed very interested, so I was happy with that.
It was cute. How much did we?
Got it for $20.
Oh yeah,
sold
that's
it
right.
for $68.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
My next thing is a vintage Renaware 9.5-inch electric skillet with the lid. and it was so cute, so vintage, and
We were just talking about those.
yeah,
Is that why?
I don't know. And I probably paid $5 for it, and it went for $69. So cute. I want to keep all of those, but
Yeah,
I don't got
those
any
do
room
need-
in my kitchen.
My next one was a vintage copper planner. It was the one with the ceramic tile or the ceramic handles, the Delft with the blue floral pattern on them. I don't remember exactly how much it was. It was 4 or less, I think. We got that in Riverton. And it sold for 20.
You do so much better remembering where we got these things.
I try. I don't
Your
know
nice,
how much
fresh
it matters.
brain.
Yeah,
it's
fresh.
good to document. My next thing is a crocheted baby dress, handmade. It had the full circle skirt on it, and it was pink, and it was super cute. And it went for $29, and I paid between $1 and $3 for it. But the full circle skirts are real popular.
Yeah. See that.
I was happy. I was happy that somebody appreciated that handmade thing. It was sometimes they sit and sit and sit. But
those are my favorite things when they sell. When they finally sell.
Yeah.
The next thing I have did not sit and sit and sit. It sold probably within an hour of me listing it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of 3 SML puppets, which is a YouTube channel. Was it Super Mario Logan or something?
Jeffy?
Jeffy is a character.
Oh, I don't know.
But it's just a YouTube channel. SML puppets. One of them was Jeffy's dad.
Yeah, with the mustache.
Yeah, but those, I don't know exactly how much their kind of plushies are at our thrift store. Nothing's marked.
Yeah, they probably maybe $1 a piece.
Probably $1 a piece, maybe 2 a piece. I don't know. But the lot of 3 of those sold together for $54.
I've been getting my receipt. I guess we should look.
We should. Yes.
What a good idea.
Just kind of get the price and go.
Yeah, that would
okay.
That'd probably help. Okay, then I had a Scentsy wax warmer. It was blue basket weave, and it was a smaller one, not real big. It went for $22, and it was around $3 when I purchased it.
My next one is it was a set of 2 Kutani Japan bud vases. They're very pretty, very, very little. I don't remember how much those were, where they came from, but I don't imagine they were very much, being just the little tiny vases. They were pretty. They had
glass or china?
They were china.
Oh, okay.
They were hand painted. They had like a little, I can't remember if it was a little house. I think it might have been like a little scene with a house and like a bridge and stuff. I can't remember exactly, and then gold accents, I believe. A lot of detail packed into very small pieces. But they sold for $21.24. Like I said, I don't remember how much they were, but maybe a couple dollars a piece.
All right. Well, I got a single piece of stemware. It was Lenox crystal. I try not to do that, but this one was winter greeting, and it was red, and it was a wine glass, and that puppy went for
pretty.
Yeah, it sold for $30, so that's a good one to look out for.
Yeah.
So that's what ordinarily I try to stay away from those singles, but
yeah, I do wonder how many times we overlook the really good ones because it is hard. You just never know.
Well, a person should try to get at least 2 for a set.
But
it
helps
if somebody needs one replacement. Anyway, I'm sure I paid $2 to $3 for it.
That one's a good one.
It was pretty.
It just goes to show it doesn't hurt to just look things up every once in a while. I don't even know that you looked it up. You just saw it.
Yeah, I think I did look it up.
Did you? It was really pretty.
I know it was
I know
unusual for me.
that.
I should have
Wow.
made you look at it. That's how I roll.
Huh. Yeah.
I don't think you were with me when I
I
picked
think
that
I
up.
was.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Just at the thrift store?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember, I guess I more remember it sitting on the table. Maybe I wasn't there.
You could tell me whatever you want to, and I believe you.
I was there. I actually found it for you.
Yeah, it's mine. Give it back.
Yeah, you promised that you would give me the proceeds. My next item, it was a set of 2000s vintage Polly Pocket play sets. So it's not the really tiny Polly Pockets, the kind of bigger ones where the dolls are like this big. One was a garage and one was a tree house, and they came with accessories and stuff. And those sold for $31 altogether. And I don't remember how much they were.
I don't know. It was a big
box
huge,
of them. And, yeah, well, it was multiple bags.
Mm-hmm. And not a lot, because I had them in the garage for quite a while.
Yeah. And there was multiple sets of, we already had actual original vintage Polly Pocket sets from that same box that sold. And then
yeah, that's nice when you can.
So certainly already before this, probably in the profit margins on that box.
That's true.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and this next thing was so cute, and it took a good long time to sell. It was like a vintage 1970s gingham puffer vest. Well, it had, the yoke was gingham and the pockets, and then the rest of it was kind of a light blue. Anyway, it was a Liberty Bell was the brand, and it sold for $69.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't pay more than $3 for it. But I've had it so long I couldn't tell you where it came from. So yeah. I know something you didn't mention.
I'm not done.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
I snuck extras in there.
That's all right.
So
go ahead.
It's really, she sells a lot more than I do. Don't be fooled. My next item I have was it was a Lestercraft pan, just a little saucepan. I can't remember exactly how big. It wasn't a very big one. Got it here at the thrift store for probably $2 to $3, and it sold for $20. And then had an antique, I believe, John Roth England plate. It was blue and white.
Yeah.
That one I also don't remember where it came from at all. Like it could have come from the glass cabinet, and if it did, might have paid up to $5 for it. But it sold for $25.49, and I love it when a small single plate can sell.
Yes,
and that was unusual. Very soon after the other antique plate that sold for $25.49. So
you got a good eye for the China plates.
And then my next item, I'm not sure I would have bought it without the encouragement of this one. She encouraged me to look it up.
Advertising.
Of course. And it was a vintage Exxon company. It was a brass tiger sculpture on, I don't think it was real marble, but it was on at least a marble looking base. And it said, I don't remember the dates on it. It was very vintage. Well, yeah.
Something to some. You'll probably put a picture of it with
yeah. I mean, it looked like an award, but I am still working on a video that still has the price on it. So it was, I have 3 or 4 written here, but I think it might have been $2 now that I'm thinking about it. And I listed it for, I think I listed it for $59.99, and it sold in just a couple hours. They sent me an offer for $40, and I didn't accept it at first, but then realized that was probably plenty.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and accepted that. $40 for a $2 item was more than reasonable.
Yep. Then you're happy, and so are they.
They may also feel like they got a deal. Hopefully,
I'm sure they did get a deal.
I did see another one listed for 100. I do think that one might have been a little steep, but there was others listed for more. Or well, the one other listed,
Mhm.
and then there was at least one other that had sold, and it was an old enough sale that it wouldn't tell me anymore how much it was. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's some fun stuff.
Very fun.
Might be hard to look out for a vintage Exxon Company tiger statue, but if you see it.
Yep, they probably don't come up very often. Because
No.
I think you're right. It was like probably an award for years
of
service.
Yeah, I think so. And it was right next to a bunch of kind of oil and gas themed buckles.
Oh yeah, you did get
brass buckles. I got a couple. I got
Mhm.
one was a Texas one, and then the other one was very specifically kind of looked like another company award sort of thing. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. It's like a game.
It is like a game. And it's been very slow. So
yeah,
it's very interesting to see what's selling while it's practically a drought.
Yeah. Yeah, you look on YouTube and everybody says it's real slow.
Yeah.
And people theorize that they're working on AI on eBay instead of keeping it running smoothly.
Sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes it feels like you get a lot of you'll have views and have people watching your items, and it never asks you to send an offer.
Yeah.
And it gets a little frustrating,
and it seems like when it gets real slow like that, you get a lot more returns and stuff too. People are just, I guess it's harder for them to spend their money.
Mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
I've had a few returns for size, and I always put the measurements, so it's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But you just got to go with the flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully it's about to be over. Something's got to give at some point. But as of right now, at least sales are still happening.
Yeah.
They might not be as.
And I think if you list, you have more sales.
Yeah, I've actually been spending a lot of time watching some channels and was it Justin Resells, watching his, and I've implemented some of the both his suggestions and then suggestions I've read from people in the comments. So just different things that you can do. Ending and relisting some of your really old items, and a lot of those they were old and needed revamped. They just weren't up to my current standards.
Yeah.
And then trying to list every day, and I've been promoting all of my items across the board, not at the suggested rates they give. I think I only go up to 5%. And it works, but yeah.
Yep. Just keep slogging along.
Keep slogging along. Well, I guess until we see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.